You're Perp back with another video. Just got done watching Snowfall Season 4, Episode 5. Whew, things are getting extremely personal really quick. This is a very family-oriented episode in a sick and twisted kind of way. But definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitter at perp9420, and also check out my new What If video I just dropped yesterday. What if Nix gets his revenge? And I have a bunch of other what if videos in the playlist in the description below. Definitely check that out, where you can find all my other Snowfall reviews. So I'm going to go kind of out of order here and start with Irene and what she's working on, because I think she's being set up to do something big, because now she has all this information about the CIA and all this corruption that's going on, them putting these drugs in the neighborhood. She's looking at this as a huge story that could just blow up and really make her a name for herself. So she decides to go visit some old friends of Teddy's that pretty much got them locked up, and with no phone calls or anything. Things are going to get really dangerous. I think not only for Irene, but also Teddy. We just got to see what they do with these two characters coming back into the story. Now, let's go back to the beginning of this episode, where you got Leon and Fatback trying to get rid of the car. Man, Leon is really stressed out. Everybody's pretty stressed out throughout this whole entire episode. Shouts to the actress that plays Khadijah, and shoutouts to Scully, man. They just put on an amazing performance, because you just see how traumatized they are by losing their daughter. Khadijah's eyes are just filled with rage, and Scully just wants his revenge as well. So now, with Leon kind of just trying to stay low, away from cops, away from the streets, he can't go to the projects no more. He goes to his mom's house, and I really like that we're getting more screen time with Leon and stuff, which kind of has me worried, because anytime they give a character a lot of screen time, they're usually setting up their death or something like that. It could be different in this scenario, but I feel like anything could happen at this point. Speaking of family, we get more backstory, a little bit more of Manboy's character, more than we ever got in previous seasons or episodes, where he's having this conversation and trying to connect with his sister, because this is all kind of his fault and Scully's fault at the same time. So Manboy is trying to make things right, and he wants Franklin to give up Leon. But now Leon's in kind of a predicament, because if he gives up Leon, that means pretty much Manboy and Scully can fall back. But you're also giving up your best friend, another one of your best friends. So he has to kind of think about this and where he wants to go with this. Leon finds himself at the shelter, because that's the only place he knows he can go. This is where Franklin's able to find Leon before anybody else. Hooks him out with a house, gives him a piece to protect himself. But you could really tell that Franklin doesn't want anything bad to happen to Leon, and he's really just contemplating his options, which it's scary that he has to even do that, even though that's your best friend. But he's trying to think of different ways to avoid all this. Now, going to Gustavo, man, he's really messed up in the head because of him losing his family. I don't know who this chick is going to end up being, or if this is like an old love of his. We just got to wait and see. I'll get back to that very shortly. He ends up getting arrested. Teddy's able to get him out. Franklin also goes to Teddy to pretty much figure out what he could do with this whole situation, find out what the cops know. And Teddy's like, I'll get back to you. Then we get possibly my favorite part of this episode, where Leon is literally having this nightmare of Franklin shooting him in the face with Jerome there. And he sees Khadijah laying there laughing over his dead body. I don't know if that's foreshadowing. Let me know. Do you think Lee is going to make it out this season? Or you think he's going to go down a different path? It was really dope for Franklin's mom, Sissy, to show up to kind of comfort Leon, because that's like a son to her as well. And, you know, Franklin sees this. He sees that this, I don't know, it's kind of hard to read Franklin at this point, you know, because he does a lot of things without using emotion, you know, and you could tell that Sissy really cares about her son and cares about people around her. Let's go back to Gustavo and Teddy real quick. And Gustavo wants to know where Lucia is. And that's what a lot of fans of this show are wondering. Where is Lucia? Where did she go? And I think we probably won't see her till the end of the season. Possibly season 5 to wrap things up. Who knows? Let me know how you feel about that. Where you think Lucia is and how she's going to come back. So this was a really dope scene as well. This scene shows you why Manboy is my favorite character in this whole entire series. He shows no fear. He goes into enemy territory, even though his sister is dating his enemy. You know, he looks at this as a perfect opportunity to kind of squash the beef between him and Scully. Let me know if you think this is what Manboy is trying to do. He's using this opportunity to kind of get Franklin out of the picture by linking up with Scully and then possibly taking Scully, you know, down with him, killing two birds with one stone, because we don't know Manboy's true motives. This could all just be for play, and he really doesn't care about this. He does care about his niece, but he still wants that top spot. I think that's what he's really striving for, but he's playing the long game. Let me know how you guys feel about that. So now Teddy links up with Franklin to let him know the bad news that Leon got prints on the gun. There's prints everywhere. So he's pretty much wanted. He's all over the news. Leon knows this. He takes off running. Franklin goes to look for him, and he's getting chased by Scully and associate of his. And just, man, Franklin decides, you know what? I'm going to just go to war with Manboy and Scully. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the plug. So without me, he can't do nothing. But Manboy flips this and he says, you know, we could shut shit down for you. We could shut shit down in Compton and Inglewood. And then you would have nowhere to go. So I think this is why Franklin wants to kind of expand and get away from California. But he still has an enemy with Manboy and Scully. How do you guys feel about this episode? I thought this was really dope. I'm really enjoying this season so far. Man, I don't know where they're going to take it next. But till next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.